It's always fun driving this far to play someone 20 minutes away, right?
Yeah. Well, at least it's not in district.
Yeah.
I was looking at that we had our Minnetonka's up here. All right, welcome to the Breezy Point tournament, where Shakopee takes on the Farmington Tigers in game one of this invitational tournament here at Breezy Point Ice Arena. We'll start off this game with announcements and the starting lineup.
Number 66, now we're starting out for Farmington, number 75. There you go. Yes, sir, number 18, Jackson Daniels. Lovely, number 19, Markstar. And just number 23, also on defense, number 51, Jake Green. Number 60, left away, Brandon Becker. The officials, Scott Merton, Tyler Grant. All right, players are ready to straight. Fans are ready.
There's your starting lineup for your Shakopee Sabres. We got 12 minutes on the clock. Period number one about to start here for game one. Breezy Point Invitational Ice Fest Tournament. Shakopee wearing black. The Farmington Tigers wearing white with orange accents. Sabres going from right to left on your television screen. Gisaki wins that faceoff clearly right over to Lenkeek. He picks it up on the far board. Tries to advance. Ref gets in the way. Lenkeek just sends it up along the boards. Still played in neutral ice. And now picked up by Erdahl. Tries to advance it. Gets it into a Tigers skates. Erdahl gets it back out into neutral zone. No clear possession of the puck so far as it stayed in neutral ice. Erdahl picks it up right at the red line, starts walking in. He gets around one Tiger. Puck goes in on net, squirts ahead of the play, and Tigers goaltender holds on for a whistle and stoppage of play. Deep in the offensive zone, Chesbo there centers. just squirts between the two defenders of Lewis and Bravo, and puck comes all the way down to the offensive zone. Lewis able to get it around one Tiger and up into neutral territory. Chesbo skates after it. Tigers reverse it right at the red line. And Lewis collapses down on the puck. He's got the support of Bravo. Bravo gets it up to Chesbo. Chesbo marches in with two Tigers in front of him. And now picked up and stolen away. That was Violette with a quality opportunity there, stealing the puck away and creating an opportunity for himself. Flom picks it up at the red line, kicks it off his skates, and now that's the Tigers 3-on-0 coming in, shot way high over the head of Anderson and up into the netting for a whistle and stoppage of play.
No, it's not.
All right, Lincoln Anderson's got the white pads. He started this game for Shakopee in a net. That was Oliver Johnson trying to get it out of the zone. Hit to Tiger, and they are able to keep it deep in the zone. Culver along the near boards has the support of Flom. Backs it up, and now picked up by Johnson. Johnson turns in, now skates around, finds some room. He's got Culver just ahead of him, loses the puck just ahead. Tigers reverse it, some dump it back down deep. Flom picks it up behind the goal line. Has one Tiger bothering him. Gets it to Culver. Culver has some room to march up and out of the zone. He's got Johnson just ahead of him. Culver skates across, hits the blue line, dumps it in. There's Bielke trying to dump it deep. Bielke gets leveled as he was backpedaling, trying to play the puck. Flom smacks the puck to the inside. Culver tied up by the Tiger player, and Johnson forced to go back behind the goal of Anderson. He tried to play it up ahead over to Bielke. Tigers controlling the puck now well, and they reverse it back down deep. They're going for a change for most of them. Here, Flom picks that up. He's got Culver just ahead of him. Flom chips it up to Culver. Culver tries to advance it ahead, hits a couple of Tigers. Puck comes up and out, and here's Johnson marching the other way. Johnson just outskates the puck. Here's the Tigers in, kept wide by Lenke. Shot in on net, saved by Anderson, and now picked up by, that's Kuiper, fresh on the ice. He's got to get around one. Kuiper in, shot, big leg pad save by the Tiger goaltender. And now there is some shoving, and that's not good. We're going to lose Giesecke. Are they only calling the one? They both were throwing some haymakers, but Giesecke, yep, they're taking them both. We have one upset hockey mom. All right. Giesecke's in the box. There's no Tiger currently in the box. Not sure why they were so upset this early in the game. 8:45 remains in the first period. Not what we want to see in PWC hockey. No need for throwing any sort of punches. They were both tangling, so we'll see. The refs are conferring on what to call. It's game one, so we don't want to see anyone being ejected because they might be out for the rest of the tournament. In this time, Farmington's goaltender grew another 2 inches. He's about 6'6" now. Refs are conferring, talking to each of the coaches. All right, so Farmington's got someone going in. Looks like we might have some 5-on-5 hockey with some coincidental, hopefully just for roughing. On both teams, because we don't want to lose anybody early in the game. And now Giesecke is exiting the penalty box, so he has an extended timeout. And Farmington's player is still sitting in the box, so So it looks like we got probably a 2 minute for Gieske plus a 10-minute misconduct, as it looks like Bielke is going into the box to probably serve his minor. Farmington just has one in the box, so I'm guessing 2 minute coincidentals on each side, plus Gieske got an extra bonus ejection for his extracurricular activities. Let's throw up some advertising. And it matches Farmington's colors. Little Caesars Chaska. If you're looking for some lunch, go ahead and order. Hot and ready. Pick up for carryout or delivery. It looks like they're giving a 5-minute major to Gieske, plus then I'm sure he got a game misconduct on top of that. So he is out the remainder of the game, plus Sabres are a man down or excuse me, they won't be a man down. They will be a man down for 3 minutes and 30 seconds after the minor penalty for roughing on Farmington expires. So there's no announcements, so we won't quite know, but Sabres were assessed a 5-minute major penalty for fighting and a 1 minute 30, I'm guessing, for roughing on Farmington, as well as a ejection for Gieske. This all happens at 8:45 left in the first period. He's the one serving the penalty, that's why his number's up. All right. So we have some 4-on-4 hockey for a minute and a half, and then the Tigers do get a man back. So they'll be on an extended, unreleasable power play. Here is Kuiper picking it up. Kuiper started the action by stealing it away and trying to march in. Tigers goaltender made a good one. Defense claps down on Kuiper, and we're able to not get there. And here is Tigers breaking away, coming in, forced wide by Erdahl. Great defensive play by Erdahl. And now we have another penalty. The Stripes have it out as an interference call. I don't know how that's interference. He was playing the puck the whole time, but the Stripes don't like the black sweaters. That was body checking? Oh.
Interference.
I always get that mixed up. So there's... All right, so now it is 4-on-3 hockey with Sabres 2 men down. Here's Flom in, finds the puck, trying to feed himself, and Lenke picks it up. Not able to get it past the blue line before the Tigers strip us of it. Here's Lenke reversing it, hits the far wall, and does get out. So we take off some pressure early on in this lengthy penalty kill. All right, so Kuiper picks it up again. He's been solid so far, had some opportunities. Tigers reverse it, throw it in offsides. 7:30 left in the first period. All right, Johnson at the faceoff dot, keeps the puck on the outside, steals it away. He's got the support by Bravo. Bravo uses the near boards, tries to get it out, now just reverses it to some open ice over towards Lewis's side. Tigers keep it in, and now the Farmington Tigers on a 5-on-3, but the Sabres are able to get it to the red line and dump it in deep. Body checking, no call the other way as Johnson gets thrown into the near boards. And Tigers march the other way. 5-on-3 hockey for the next 21 seconds. Shot in towards the goal, wide. Anderson followed that the whole way. And now played around. That's Lewis getting stripped of the puck along the far boards. Bravo loses his footing, regains it, stays with the puck, Lewis is there to support as well. Lewis smartly plays it through the defense. They had a chance to play it. They chose not to. And icing with 2:44 left in the penalty kill on that major with 6:29 left. Squirted right between both defenses as they watch the puck go by. Refs are not in our favor in this game, so let's hope this is the only one they're working for the weekend. Probably not. There's probably only 2 refs in this county, so we probably have them for every game. All right, that is Esch at the faceoff dot. Farmington threw one in quick. Anderson able to take away that pressure. And now here's Erdahl, fresh off his sit in the bench, gets it up and out of the zone. Erdahl now gives chase. He's got Esch and Tresbo with him. Farmington plays it up around behind the net and up ahead. Flom back there. Flom makes a move, misses the puck, and now Farmington with speed makes the save by Anderson. Farmington just put the Jets on and got way ahead, but thankfully was out of reach of the puck, and Anderson quickly covers. 2:15 left in the penalty kill for the Sabres on that major penalty for fighting. All right, we have Johnson winning that. Tried to tee it up to Bravo. Bravo tried to get it up and out of the zone. Big slapper right out front, just wide. And here's Lewis picking it up along the near boards and up. And Tigers able to reverse it back down. Bravo picks it up behind the goal line. He backhands it up ahead towards Culver. Culver unable to clear the zone. It goes back down deep. Bravo loses one Tiger. Now he's got a little room to walk up. He tried to feed to Johnson. Bounced off the skate of the Tigers, and the Tigers able to control here along the near boards. Bravo reverses it, sends it back down, uses some English to get it way deep. Sabres are retreating as there's still a man down for another minute 33. So 5-on-4 hockey. Comes to the near board. That's Bravo using a little bit of body action to throw the Tiger into the board, take away positioning. Bravo chips it up over the boards and sticks of the Tiger player. And now Bravo gets it back, chipped up towards Lewis. Lewis just backhand, no looks to Culver, who's in great spot, sent out, and the defense was well positioned. Johnson able to poke that ahead, and he races for the puck. Tries to use the right angling. He keeps it deep as the rest of the Sabres go for a change. Less than a minute remain in the major penalty on the Sabres. Oh, good puck movement and kept Tigers in 4 wide. They throw it back behind the goal line, picked up now by Violet in that far corner. Violet uses the boards, gets around one Tiger. Tigers reverse it back down and keep in the zone. Off the reach of Flom. Flom not able to battle and get it in. He chases and will be the first to touch the puck. Flom tries to get along the near boards, but there's 4 Tigers all covering that. Anderson throws his glove out, catches. 18 seconds left in the penalty kill. 4:03 left in the first period. Thank goodness there's no fair play points because the Sabres lost it in the first 3 minutes of the game. All right, we're waiting for a center to take that. 18 seconds still, 5-on-4 hockey. And that looks to be, that was Bravo taking the face-off. Played up and poked wide by Kuiper, and now picked up by Lewis. Lewis chooses to just hit it down hard. Icing about to come up with 1 second left on the penalty kill. So we'll have one more face-off shorthanded, and then the Sabres do go back to 5-on-5 hockey for the first time in quite some time. All right, we have Esch at the dot, Bravo, Lenkeek, and Flom out there, the 4. And the Sabres now back at full strength. Full strength, full strength, let him out! Let him out! Let him out! It's 5-on-5. It's 5. It's an odd man, he should be out. No, it's 5-on-4. It should be 5-on-5 now. No, you don't. It's 5-on-4. There's no whistle needed. This is wrong. Throw it out of play then. It was 5-on-4. He could have gotten out. He should have been out a minute ago. That's horseshit reffing there.
Come on now, ref.
All right. Sorry to criticize, but that's not how hockey is played. If you're an odd man, you should get out the minute that goes up. It wasn't a coincidental penalty, so I don't know what the confusion was, but the Sabres are now back at full strength after a more than 5-minute penalty kill. Held in by Erdahl. Erdahl stepped up, and now Farmington has a breakaway. 2-on-1 the other way. They're good at the line. A good pass over. Thankfully, that was Erdahl playing back and disrupting that passing lane. Chipped up ahead, and Johnson picks it up. He's in and just has to turn the corner if he can. Drops it back, unfortunately, to a white sweater. Kept in by Chesbo. Chesbo plays it back down deep. Chesbo holds the blue line. Again, just plays it back down. Johnson able to get to that. Johnson centers it right into the feet of somebody. Chesbo has it, tried to backhand it, just gets wide. And now that's Johnson once again trying to center. And that was Violette interrupting for a moment, but now Farmington goes the other way. Fromm makes a move, and Farmington in again. Shot and goal. I'll let you have that one.
Thank you.
Tigers first one to draw blood as they get one up over the top and hit the top shelf on Anderson. And we have some lighting here. Time of that goal, 1:51. Tigers take the early lead in the game of... Oh, I'm sorry, there's...
Calm down now.
That's for all the grandparents. Grandparents love that.
Scoring for Farmington, number 16, Braden Becker, 150.
Farmington in. Hits, looks like the side of a Farmington player. That's a bad hit there. Sabres are going to go down another man. This time that is Bravo going to the box for cross-checking, I'm sure. Now they're going to discuss this one. Maybe they're going to give him more because there was a lot of numbers that he saw. Farmington player, I think, got tripped up right as he was near the boards, and Bravo finished it. It wasn't intentional, wasn't on purpose. I think Farmington lost his edge right as he went in towards the boards. Bravo was standing behind him and probably offered a little support. The refs, I think, are going to call something exorbitant again. I've never seen two large penalties, and that was on video, so they're going to hate to watch that back, refs, when you make a bad call. The fact that they had to discuss it enough means it wasn't clear enough for them to know to make an immediate call. So they should give the benefit of the doubt to the offending player. Minute 30 is up on the board right now, so that would be a minor penalty going to Bravo. Now another player is going in. Len Keek looks to be also going into the box. So are they going to give a minor and a misconduct penalty to Bravo? It's going to be a game of attrition here on how many players the Sabres have left, even after the first period, let alone the full game. All right, so we have a minute 30 up for Bravo. on that cross check, and then they also gave him, must have been a misconduct for 10 minutes. So we're going to be out Giesecke and Bravo. Giesecke for the whole game, Bravo for an extended period of time. Sabres ice it. All right, sorry. Checking the score to see that. Ash pushes the puck down, gets leveled, and here's the Tigers advancing it. They are a man advantage for the rest of the period, plus a little bit. And Sabres now once again shot. Sabres touch it up, and Lewis now going to the box for body checking. Maybe they'll give him a 2 and 10 as well. I don't know. We'll see. 45.3 seconds. Lewis going to the box. More 5-on-3 hockey here from Breezy Point Ice Center. All right, Flom talking to Anderson there. So 5-on-3 hockey for the remainder of the period, plus a minute .7 or a second .7. Anderson pushes that away. Flom bats it around, rings it to the near boards. Not up, but not out. That was Johnson getting a stick on there, making the puck deflect up, but wide. Sent out to the line and held, and now picked up. That is Johnson and Erdahl sent in offsides. 24.5 seconds remain. Erdahl almost broke him and Johnson on a 2-on-0. Chesbo at the faceoff dot. Flom and Erdahl back at D. Chesbo ties the puck up for a moment, and now Farmington comes in. Chesbo gets in there. Flom gets a stick on there, keeps it to the outside. Flom gets tripped up. Anderson calling for the penalty. No arms for the refs. And up and out and picked up. And trip! Flom gets it deep. And there's the penalty. Time has expired on the first period. 1 second left in the period. Flom celebrating. I don't know if he shot after the buzzer is my guess. Sounds like my kid. And we will go into the second period. Still a 5-on-3 hockey for 1 second, and then a man down for 43 more seconds. We'll be back right after this.
One hot and ready classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni. Pizza, pizza.
All right, recap. Farmington leads the Sabres 1-0 after a goal midway through that first period. Sabres riddled with penalties. start this second period on a 5-on-3 for just a second, and then 5-on-4 hockey for 44 seconds. Refs, as terrible as they are, drop the puck with an empty net for the Tigers. So we have the C crew happening here this Friday afternoon. All right, 5-on-3, Chesbo at the dot. Chesbo wins it over to the side, picked up by Farmington. They dump it deep. He's out! He's out! 5-on-4! We had 5-on-4. What the? Why did we have 4 players out there? The refs didn't catch that. This is, oh my God, I don't even know. All right, 5-on-4. For some reason, we had 4 players out at that face-off. There's no Saber close. I'm surprised we didn't get called for a trip, but thankfully, no offending player close. They're centering out to Erdahl. Sabres back finally at full strength. Games like this, I don't like to commentate and live stream because I say some opinions and not necessarily facts. All right, Tigers behind the net, skate wide, up to the near board, sent all the way down. They're now ruling out icing. Apparently Kuiper has 27-foot long arms, and so icing was waved off for some reason. Tigers down deep in our zone. All right, Tigers pull it out to the point. Erdahl quickly in on there, shot way over the head of Anderson. Flom rips it around. He's got Chesbo. Chesbo, if he can get his go-go gadget legs going, has himself a breakaway. He gets pinched off the puck. And now Chesbo reverses it. Flom helps it out. Lenke gets it deep, and Sabres going for a change. So 5 Tigers deep as 5 Sabres going for a change. Fresh on the ice is Lewis. Tried to catch up to the puck. We had a Tiger in the way. He gets it up, but not out of the zone. And so Tigers regain and play it deep in the zone. Lewis battling, gets it up ahead. He's got Johnson to his left. Lewis throws a hard angle shot in towards the net. I think it hit the side of the net. Well covered by the Tiger goaltender. And now played up to a stick of a forward for the Tigers. They march the other way. We have Lewis and Kuiper back. Big shot and gets into the back of the net. Tigers get a second one on the board. It's right on the side. All right, 2-0. The Tigers take lead over your Sabres here at 9:19 in the second period. The refs, we have 2 Sabres with game misconduct so far, so I think we're missing a couple players, at least for our next game. They don't even have all the penalties in on game sheet so far. Ash at the face-off dot. We have Chesbo and Violet, his left and right wings. Out to Flom. Flom reverses it. Hits the skates of the ref, who was in the way. Ash chases. And Tigers march in. Goes wide. Flom pushes him to the outside, deep into the zone. Comes out towards the point. The D miss and comes out of the zone. Tigers back quickly to tag up, and they just dump it deep. Flom now behind Anderson to pick up the puck. He's got some room to move if he gets going. Flom gets pressured. He sends it up along the near boards and out of the zone. And Chesbo and Esch give chase. Chesbo the first one there. And out to the point. Flom throws one in on net. Goes just wide. Rebound is out there. It's juicy. Flom again reverses. Tries to send one towards the net. Tigers defense, hold it. That's a third shot by Flom in. Chesbo just tries to trickle one in and lays down on his back as the goaltender covers up. 8:18 left in the second period. All right, Sabres looks like are changing. Anderson out of goal. Fresh in is Johnson. So all black pads means Brody Johnson is taking his position in net. Oliver Johnson at the faceoff dot. Wins it straight back between the D, between Lewis and Kuiper. And Tigers are racing. Kuiper is not realizing. Tigers, Tiger hustled, and Kuiper didn't realize it, and somehow got his stick in there. So we have an interference call? That would be more of a trip than an interference, but refs calling an interference. 8:05, Sabres going a man down. Oh, once again. I might go to non-audio because I'm saying things I probably will regret. All right. Out towards the blue line. Big slapper in. Deflected out front. Bouncer. And loose out front. Johnson with a big save. First action he saw, and he came up and stood like a wall. Lewis has two Tigers chasing him. Johnson down, was looking, I think, to cover if it hit the net, but it went wide. And now out to the point, Tigers are able to keep it in. Stripped by Lenkeek, and he flips it up and over the stick of the defenders for the Tigers. And so they're going to have to touch back up. And now disrupted right at the red line. Not able to get into the zone clear. And now they have themselves a 2-on-0. Good back checking. There is a Tiger in the net. That does not count as a goal. The puck was under a different player to the side of the net. So Johnson stood his ground, let a Tiger go into the back of the net, and the puck stay out. 6:54 left in the second period. 19 seconds left in the penalty kill for your Sabres. We've lost our fair play point twice now already in this game. I'm just kidding. There's no fair play point in this tournament, but we would have lost it twice with the amount of penalties already assessed in this game. All right, picked up. Flom spins, turns it out of the danger zone. Picked up by Bielke. Bielke just tried to get it out, but it landed on a Tiger. Tigers throw it in up over the head of Johnson. And Sabres back at full strength. So 5-on-5 hockey until the next penalty is assessed. Out to the point. Good stick in there by Culver. And cleared out. I think that was maybe by Erdahl out of the offensive zone. Almost stripped away by Culver, who could have broke someone free. Out to the point. They hold it, throw it in on net, and a nice glove save. Flashes that black leather, and Johnson holds on. 5:52 left in the second period. Sabres trailing 2-0 to the Tigers. All right, Oliver Johnson at the faceoff dot. Kind of got tangled up right away. Trickles to the near boards. And we have Violet there. And Lewis tried to blast one ahead, but held into the zone by the Tigers. Now picked up by Johnson. Gets it up out of the zone, but controlled by the Tigers on that scenario. That's Kuiper making a play with his stick. And offsides at 5:31. That might have been a favorable call for the Sabres. I couldn't see who was on the wrong side of the line. Johnson at the dot. Tigers try to control, send it in. Here is Lewis playing it, gets it up, and just off the stick. That was in the reach of the Tiger player, and they're calling it icing. So once again, this announcer says terrible call by the refs as it went. He lifted his stick to avoid touching it. 5:20 icing. Puck goes deep into the offensive zone for the Tigers. Ash at the dot, wins it over towards Flom. And that looks like number 19 on the Tigers somehow got it up over the shoulder of Johnson on a very quick release shot to get the Tigers up 3-0 over your Sabres. 5:16 time of that goal. All right, Esch at the dot, Lenkeek on his right, and Culver to his left. Tigers have drawn blood on the Sabres, and they're going for more deep into the zone. They tried to send it back out, and now picked up. This is by Culver. Culver sends to the inside. He's got Esch rushing right along with him. Culver spins, tries to throw one in, hits Tiger and up into the netting. 4:56, we will have a whistle, stoppage of play, and it looks like 10 fresh skaters out there on the ice. Johnson, Bielke, and Violet up front. Lewis and Kuiper back at D. Johnson wins it straight back to Kuiper. Kuiper moves it over to Lewis, who's on his forehand. Lewis shot and goal! That's Bielke from Lewis at 4:48 to get your Sabres on the board. Bielke from Lewis. Great tip by Bielke. Quality shot by Lewis in, and good positioning and quality teamwork got the Sabres goal deficit erased. A couple more of these Tigers want a quick answer. Violet forces him to stay to the outside and not get a shot on. Now he skates past the puck and then recontrols. Someone lost a stick there. That would be Violet. Played out to the point that's calling for it, and here comes a launch shot in, blocked by Lewis, and shot goes wide as Johnson was following that the whole way. Played out behind the net. That's Oliver Johnson trying to send it up and out of the zone, and now Lewis stepped up in the play. Johnson gets it to the right side, and Johnson, if he can get his feet moving, has a breakaway. He's on his backhand. Great shot over to Bielke. They just ran out of ice and couldn't get a shot off. Quality defense by the Tigers took away that scoring opportunity. Johnson throws one in on net, surprised the goaltender. He quickly drops and covers up. 3:47. Sabres look like they've come alive, and they've stayed out of the penalty box for the last 3 minutes, so things are looking up. Chesbo at the dot with Lenkeek and I don't see who that is over there. Is that Culver? Just off the stick of Flom. Flom reaches and able to dump it deep. Chesbo tries to wrap it around. Hustling up was Erdahl, but that was wrapped around very hard, so Erdahl had to skate hard to get to it. Erdahl flips it up and over to Flom. Flom flips it up to Culver, and Culver did not make contact, so we have an icing. 3:25. 200 feet the other way. All right, scoring update. They gave it to the goal to Bielke from Lewis and an added assist to Kuiper on that Sabre goal just a moment ago. Puck goes past two Tigers and down. Tigers D is the first to get there with Violet and Esch both chasing hard. Try to pull to the inside. Now they go to the outside, and they are able to get it back out of the offense or defensive zone. Tigers waiting at the line, good at the line. throws one bouncing to the net, and Johnson throws that beautiful black leather glove out there and holds on for a whistle and stoppage of play. 2:59 remain second period. Shot in, and oh, Johnson misplayed it. Quick whistle by the ref. Like, all right, so we'll do a redo. 2:53 after that quick whistle. Here is Bravo back on the ice now with Violet. Violet gets it up and out. Offsides is the whistle. 2:42. Tigers quickly pulled it in with one player on the wrong side of the line. All right, Culver now at the faceoff dot. Wins it over to Lewis. Lewis gets it up and past the defense. Icing waved off, and Culver makes a play all for himself, and Tigers goaltender had to quickly pounce on that to control that. Culver wanted to take control and plant one in the back of the net. These are some new look lines. We did lose Gisaki early in the game to an unfortunate play. So Culver now at the center dot. I don't think that was where he was supposed to be, but he's making every effort he can. He throws another one on net and just out of the reach of Kuiper after that rebound. So Culver looking good at that center spot. Great play by Lewis, swaps it to the outside. And now centering attempt by the Tigers. That could have been a scary play for the Sabres. Now Lewis comes the other way. Tigers get tangled up with their skates. Lewis gets in. He's avoided most of the Tigers, but now loses the puck. And Bravo steps up into the play, battling hard, reverses the puck direction. Bielke picks it up. He's the goal scorer earlier in the second period. And the Sabres go to work as we are changing just one player with now Johnson, who fresh on the ice steals the puck away. Johnson tries to feed over to Bielke. Bielke misses the puck and almost puts himself in the back of the net. And Tigers race the other way. Shot goes just wide of the net. Johnson following that the whole way. It was a soft shot. Had it even gone in on that and picked up. Here is a breakaway for Lenkeek. Lenkeek in. Shot. Just misses. Hard quality shot by Lenkeek. Great pass up to make that opportunity for the Sabres. Erdahl holds the zone. He's got no support behind him if that trickles out. And now here goes wide. Flom catches up to it. Holds his own. Spins. Sends it towards the net. Over to Johnson. Johnson swings and misses at the puck. Johnson regains control. Tries to throw it back towards the net. Chesbo picks it. Plays it over to the near boards. Erdahl and Johnson both there. Erdahl again battling. Dumps it back down deep. Chesbo hits the puck. Tigers get in front of it. And they control the puck. Less than a minute remain in the second period. Erdahl reverses it, no look pass, but it goes on the stick of a Tiger. Johnson picks it up and dumps it back down deep. Sabres once again go to work in the offensive zone. Chesbo there, he's got a Tiger tangling with him, and now laying on the puck and laying on Johnson's stick. Johnson's got his hands up, saying it's not me, it's him. Flom, great poke. Steals that away, and Flom now marches in, gets around. He's got the support of Chesbo. Chesbo, shot towards the net. Goaltender gets it covered. Flom gets dumped down and pushed by the Tigers. 10 seconds left, second period. Little late flurry of action with the Sabres trying to get back to just a one-goal deficit. All right, 10 seconds left. Sabres have been out of the box for a good 7 minutes now in the second period. Esch tried to backhand it. He tried to hit right towards somebody. Esch throws one in just a teeny bit wide, hit the side of the net or maybe the goaltender's leg pads. And with that buzzer, time has expired in the second period. Tigers take a 3-1 lead into the penultimate period. Third period coming up next here from Shakviaki Streaming on YouTube.
Little Caesars changed the Hot and Ready Classic and added 33% more pepperoni, which makes it 133% better pizza than before. I don't know, math is hard. It's really good. Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni. Pizza.
All right. Sabres might have been a little too excited for this first tournament of the year. Found themselves on the wrong side of the law for 7-ish penalties in the first period and a half. So far, they've been clean since then. I think 5-on-5 hockey, the Sabres can try to claw back some control of this game as long as we can stay out of the box if those Zebras help us. 12 minutes on the clock for the third period. Will be underway here shortly. All right. Long intermission. Looks like Coach Lewis over there discussing with the refs some of the information. Again, we've had some incredibly strange calls, mostly going against the Sabres. One or two fortunate calls for the Sabres that the refs chose not to make. And 12 minutes on the clock, down by 2 goals. Sabres need to dig deep. We're going to do that by starting, is that Johnson at the faceoff? No, that was Culver at the faceoff, with Esch flanking him and Violet. Again, new look lines. I'm confused as well as the players. Lewis tried to sneak one past the Tigers defense. They are all over the place, and so now they come out with the puck and march in. He's finding some open ice. He's looking for a shooting lane and sends one well wide of the net. No danger for the Sabres other than any sort of loose control. Now Lewis sends one over towards Culver. Culver loses the puck off his stick, but it comes out into neutral territory. And Tigers lose it in the feet. Esch first to the puck. He's got Culver centered. Esch throws one center, but the Tigers well positioned, able to bat that one out of danger. Poked ahead. That was by Bravo. Dumped deep by the Sabres. And played up to the near boards. Lewis able to hold his own. He sends out, deflected by Culver. Nice save by the Tiger goaltender. And played up, forward pass, now stolen away by Bravo. Tigers almost broke themselves. Bravo had a chasing tail of the Tigers, so not able to cleanly get that out. Lewis tried to send it up towards Bielke, held in by the Tigers. Now out to their D, slapper in, nice block by Bravo, shot, and that's 53 for the Tigers. Putting number 4 up on the board over the top shoulder of Johnson. Kind of left all alone. Bravo made a great block of a shot, but it landed right back on 53's stick. And he took advantage and dumped one deep into the goal of the Sabres. .10:22, time of that goal. Johnson, bothered by a Tiger, now regains, backhands it down deep, quickly reversed the other way, and now Bielke picks that up. Bielke, the lone scorer for the Sabres so far, throws one in on net and covered behind the goal line by the Tigers netminder. And so we'll have a face-off deep in the Sabres offensive zone. All right, out to the point, Flom, able to keep it back down deep in the zone. Bielke races over to touch the puck first, he's successful in that. But there's 2 Tigers to 1 Saber. And it's Bielke doing a good job of keeping along the boards. Now it chips up and over the stick of Erdahl. And so just Flom back as the Tigers race in. Flom steals that pass away. Great in the passing lane. Johnson now marching the other way. Just has 1 defender. Up in, shot, loose, still loose. And Erdahl steps in, just misses that. Erdahl now tries to get it in. Johnson throws it up in and covered by the Tiger netminder. Sabres had opportunity galore, and the Tiger goaltender stood on his head and even followed it as that went way up in the sky and landed in the paint, but the Sabres not able to capitalize on that. 9:12 left in this third period. Sabres down by 3. Culver at the dot, strong-armed, tried to control, but it went right onto the stick of a Tiger. And Tiger netminder wants to hold on and regain control. So 9:04 left, third period. We'll have an offensive face-off here deep in the zone. Culver, once again at the dot. It's been strong on the face-offs. Had it won, but into the feet of the refs. And we tried to go D to D, held by Lewis. Lewis, D to D pass from Bravo to Lewis. Lewis able to hold that blue line and dump it back down deep, and the Sabres do go to work. All right, we do have a Tiger behind, and that was a headman pass, bounced up over his stick. They're waving off icing with dirty ice now. So Lewis did pick that up, races around the ref, and finds some open ice. He's got some steam. He tries to whip one and throw one in. He was well guarded by the Tigers' defense. Bravo throws one, bouncer, just off of Lewis's stick. Couldn't settle down that puck. And now we have lots of arms, and now Lewis, there's multiple ejections there. 15 or 19 from the Tigers is got to go if they called Bielke. Number 21 is probably going to, and unfortunately, I think Lewis might be going. So 19 and 23 are both gone from the game, or should be. Lewis might also, because he was throwing some shoves. I'm just going to not talk right now because we got some very upset parents down below. We'll let the refs call what they apparently see. 8:15 left. We're going to take a little extended break. All right, refs having a long extended thing. We got one in the box on each side as of right now. What I saw was 15 and 23 for white for sure should go. 80 for black for sure should go. What the refs are going to decide will be anyone's guess. They're going to call 5-on-5, so they're calling coincidentals just on one from each side. Oh my gosh. Sabres should have had a power play on that because there was 2 offending players on the Tigers from what I saw. But 5-on-5 hockey, coincidentals assessed in that scrum. That was Johnson spinning, trying to throw one towards the net. Flom battling, able to keep it in the zone, and now out. Flom dumps it into the far corner. Violet races over to go to work. Violet first to the puck. He slows up, protects the puck, gets tangled up, and the Tigers try to get it out. Erdahl throws one in. Bouncer just wide. Johnson picks it up behind the goal. Flom calling it out at the line. Flom throws one in on net. Deflected off a Tiger's skate. And over to Violet. Violet on the far boards. Puck goes on Tiger stick, and Flom catches up to it. Flom reverses it back the other way. Tigers pick it up right at the red line and march back in. Flom still defending the puck, and Tigers pull it off the far board or near boards, center it out. Ash is there. Ash picks it up, squirts it ahead, and now if Johnson can get going, there's 2 Tigers in front of him, so he can't get it. He was waiting for a flip back. Puck stayed in the zone. Erdahl holds the zone. And now over to Flom. Flom chips the one up in towards the net, and goaltender pounces down, covers up. 7 minutes flat left in the third period. I don't think either team had enough safety in their safety meeting because tensions are running a little high. Sabres with a 4-1 deficit with 7 minutes left to try to regain control of this game. Culver at the dot. Again, a quality face-off. Didn't cleanly win it, but was back to first to touch it. So nice quality win again. Out to Bravo. Bravo tries to find room. He gets tied up, but sends one towards the goal. And now that is Kuiper all over. Bravo quickly spins, turns. Sabres were good at the line, so they weren't going to throw that in offsides. Tigers march the other way, though. Just squirt one ahead, wide of the net. Violet back to attack the puck handler. Thrown in on net. Johnson down, covers smartly. 6:29 left in the third period. Great play by Johnson to take control, find that puck covered up. All right, we're going to try some 6-on-5 hockey. Oh, no, now we're fixing that up. All right, Oliver Johnson at the dot. Wins it towards Chesbo. Chesbo along the near boards, tries to get it up, runs into some Tigers. And now Tigers come the other way. Lenkeek with a smart play. Huge glove by Johnson. Let's throw that ad up there. Johnson followed that the whole way, threw that leather out and caught that rubberized, vulcanized puck for a whistle and stoppage of play. 6:16 remains third period. All right, Flom wraps it around, hits the near boards, comes up to the D, held on the line by Farmington, and now that's Bravo trying to get it up and out, but there was a wall by Farmington. Lenkeek, great quality, able to get that up into Johnson. Johnson tried to headman pass to Chesbo, who was coming up on the near boards, but Tigers reverse it the other way. Tied up right in front of the Tiger bench. Into the zone, but not deep. And so Tigers able to get that up, and there's a whistle. Offsides. 5:42 remains third period. All right, Culver doing double time at center now with these new look lines after some departures from our team. Lewis steps up, tried to hold it. Tigers quickly send it back down deep. Dirty ice, icing waved off. Erdahl uses the far boards and chapped ahead by Culver. That's too much. And so 5:13 remain, icing the call on the ice. All right, Lewis tried to get it up and out, held at the blue line. They move D to D, and stolen away now by Violet. Oh, Violet had the legs if he could have got there, but the puck danced at the blue line, and he couldn't get it under control. Erdahl behind his net tries to get around some Tigers. Tigers strip him of the puck and bouncing right out front, loose. There's Violet helping his goaltender out by pushing it to the near boards. Violet has some time to move. He flips it up. Roller now gets out of the zone. Picked up by Johnson, who was floating up by the red line to make some sort of offensive action happen. Tigers pull it in along the Sabres bench. And now here, just out of the reach of Johnson, able to catch up to it. He uses the boards, flips it up, and Violet is giving chase along with Johnson. down deep into the zone. Shot. Oh, rung the bell, and it's still loose. Still loose. Good. No whistle by the refs. There, the Tigers able to regain control. Their goaltender was strapped to that post, making sure nothing snuck in that short side. Johnson stripped of his stick. His arms up in the air again, like, I didn't do it. Violet antagonizing the puck handler from the Tigers. Sent in on net by Erdahl, but did not get through the defense of the Tigers. They're able to get that up and out of the zone. 3:30 left with hopes and desires for the Sabres fading. Down by 3 to the Tigers. Lewis marching up ahead. He skates around and through, loses his edge. Lenkeek there not able to settle it down before it squirts to the other side of the blue line. And now Tigers in with a lot of speed. Flom gets his skates into the passing lane and now uses the near board, sends it down the length of the ice and icing as that was too hard. 2:58 remains, third period. Down by 3, less than 3 to play. Sabres need the luck of the Sabres and the Irish and the Lucky Charms in order to have a hope here. Out to the D, deflected but wide. Picked up now by Bielke. Bielke gets it up towards Bravo. Calling for the puck was Kuiper, all alone on the near boards. Flom finds it, picks it up behind the goal line, has one Tiger. He chips it up ahead, held by the Tigers. Kuiper steps in, strips the puck. Flom chips it up to Johnson. Johnson unable to control it, and the Tigers reverse it and keep it into the zone. Stripped now by Bielke, and now Kuiper has Johnson floating ahead if he can find him. Kuiper finds Johnson. Johnson is there, but he's got 2 Tigers chasing him on a massive puck hunt. And now picked up by Bravo. Bravo steps around one Tiger. He's trying to step around more. Bravo on his backhand along the near boards, behind the goal line now. Tries to center out to Johnson. Tied up right away. Deflected towards the net. And Violet is there. Ash throws one towards the net. And a huge save late in the game by the Tigers netminder. 1:43 as Ash threw one right towards the net, but covered up quickly by the Tigers tender. All right, Culver at the dot. Violet and Ash left and right of him. Ash gets his stick on there. Sent out to the line. Lewis tried to make a play for it. Tigers got around. Great back checking by Violet. He was able to tap that off the stick of the Tiger. 1:25 remains in the game. We'd love to see one late last-minute goal because goal differential will probably matter in this tournament. And Tigers in offsides, 1:16 left for that whistle. So it's a 4-game pool play. The top 4 teams do advance to a 5th game for either the championship or third place game. Presumably with a Sabre loss here, we will rule ourselves out of the championship game unless some sort of miraculous thing happens. But that does not discount a third place opportunity for the Sabres. All right, Johnson picks that up in the far side. He tried to find Chesbo, who was waiting on the back door. Lenkeek battles. Erdahl just gets laid out. And we have the arms up. Farmington finally going to the box. Erdahl is actually struggling skating back to the bench. He got laid out hard. First power play of the game for the Sabres coming at 44 seconds left. More concern would be how Erdal is doing to make sure his young body can withstand that hit. So 44.7 seconds left. Sabres won't even get a full power play opportunity as the game will expire before that. But Erdal used his body to get the man advantage here late in the game. Tigers control the puck after the faceoff. Flom strips him of it, keeps it in the zone. It's on Chesbo's stick. Chesbo throws one up into the body of a Tiger. They find some open ice and send one out. Quickly back to the puck was Bravo. He dumped it in before the Sabres could tag up. Bravo too quick to the puck and dumped it in, unfortunately, with some black sweaters on the wrong side of the blue line. 29.8 seconds left. Let's cap this with one late Sabre goal because I think that will matter as we get down to the 5th place opportunity game. Bravo dumps it deep hard. 19 seconds and counting left in the game. All right, Culver pulls it off the boards in the ref. Oh, just off the skit of Johnson as that puck bounced out. 4 seconds remain. Reversed and dumped back down deep by Bravo, and their time has expired. Tensions are hopefully released. Tigers are stronger than Sabres in this opening game of the Breezy Point tournament. They are celebrating with their monster of a goaltender. I look up to him because he's taller than me. Sabres fall game 1. We'll be back tonight. I believe it is at, let me tell you what it is so you know when to watch. They're playing 8:15 tonight. We take on Stillwater Black. So we'll have a red, black, and white all over the ice tonight as your Sabres take on Stillwater Black tonight. 8:15 right back here at Breezy Point Ice Center. Hopefully with some fresh refs. Thanks for watching Shockey Hockey streaming here on YouTube. We'll see you tonight. Thanks. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. There's the buzzer. We're about to get started with warm-ups, waiting on the refs. It looks like Sabres are taking the field. They are wearing white with red accents, so they will be considered the home team for game number 2. Happy birthday to Brody Johnson, the big number 4-7, turning number 1-3 here on his birthday, hoping to turn it around and get a win on the books after the loss to Farmington earlier today. Farmington just won their second game, so they look like they are having a good tournament and getting calls from the refs in their favor. The Stillwater Ponies wearing red with white and black accents lost to Owatonna earlier today, so they're 0-1, just like your Shakopee Sabres. So we have 2 0-1 teams taking on each other in the final game of the night here at the Breezy Point Ice Center. Reffing has been a major consideration in, it seems like, every single game. Farmington, though they won 4-0, was not a fan of the refs in their game, even though they ended up winning. So we'll have to see if we can get a better reffing combo out here on the ice. So we get a fair game between the Sabres and the Ponies. 1:54 left in the warm-ups. We're going to let them watch them warm up, and then we're going to get underway here with game number 2 at the Breezy Point Ice Center. All right, trying to adjust our tripod just a little bit. Breezy Point apparently doesn't like people actually being at their rink. They closed off their telecast booth, put a padlock on it. Apparently said there's high voltage up there. No high voltage, as there was 2 regular 15 amp outlets up there. But apparently they want to host hockey tournaments, but not actually be hospitable to them. So we're going to have a different angle for this game, as Breezy Point does not like people at their rink. So we're going to have a different view, lower angle, and there's the 3-minute warm-up concluding. So the buzzer has gone off. Sabres collecting the pucks along with the Ponies. Sabres will be wearing mostly white with red accents. Ponies, as you can see, wearing red with black and white accents here in this Game 2 matchup for both teams. Sabres fell to Farmington 4-1 in their first game. Ponies fell 5-0 to Owatonna. So both teams are 0-1 here at the Breezy Point Ice Center.
Today's matchup, Stillwater versus Shakopee. And now the starting lineup for Stillwater. The goalie number 1, Nolan Johnson.
All right, we're doing opening warm-ups or opening lineups for both teams. There is the Stillwater lineup, and here comes the Sabres. Brody Johnson starting in net on his birthday. We got Liam Nash at center. Grady Chesbo at left wing. Erdahl at defense. Oliver Johnson. And number 98, Clay Violet. There's your starting lineup for the Shakopee Sabres. All right, we're down low and close to the ice, so I'm going to have to pan the camera as best I can since Breezy Point does not want us up in their media perch. 12 minutes on the clock. Period number one about to get underway here from Breezy Point in Breezy Point, Minnesota. The refs look different from game number one, so that will favor the Sabres, as the refs from the last game did not favor the Sabres in any sort of option whatsoever. And here we have Johnson winning it. Split it right between Erdahl and Violet. Violet picks the puck up, misses the puck, now picks it up, sends it to Esch. Esch picks it up along the near boards. Got one pony on him, centered out across the ice, and there's off Erdahl's skates. Picks it up, cut inside by Erdahl, now sent away and sent back to Erdahl. And right up, bouncing puck, gets up towards Chesbo. Chesbo first to reach the puck. He tries to center, gets right into Johnson, and in on net, and a whistle and cover, 11-22. Sabres first shot on goal of the game. All right, puck is dropped. Music's still playing for some reason up here in Breezy Point. Shot in towards net. And there it's held in and kept by Lewis. Lewis sent it towards the net. And now held into the zone by Bravo. Bravo sends one right in on net. And now right on the stick of Culver. Culver shot and score for your Sabres. That is Culver with the opening goal at 10:57 of the first period. Sabres on the board, lead 1-0. There's Culver once again at center. He's looked dominant since moving to that position with the new look lineup. Ponies come the other way. Forced to the outside. That's Lewis pushing him outside. And shot well up high and out of the reach by Johnson. Ponies keep it deep in the zone. Centering attempt does not connect with the Pony Red sweater.
Scoring for the Sabres, number 9, assistant number 23, Noah Brown. 10:57, first period.
All right, Flom playing left wing for the first time this tournament. Shot by the Ponies, dumped in, and now Lewis finds it, sends it up ahead. Tried to get to Bielke. Ponies keep it, and forced to the outside. Culver pressuring, pushes the Pony off the puck. And Ponies march in, and puck is loose in the slot. Push behind. That's Bravo pushing it to the outside. And gets it up to Bielke. Bielke tries to get it up, but Pony's able to keep it in the zone. Bielke able to get it up and down the length of the ice. Ponies pick it up in their zone. Flom pressuring. They're forced to push it up along the boards and now finally do clear it back out of their defensive zone. And march in 3 wide and with speed sends it in. Blocker save by Johnson. And comes out but not up but not out. And here's picked up by Johnson. Oliver, that is. Oliver Johnson marches in. He's got one Pony on him. He just shoots it wide and gets it down deep. Kuiper fresh in on the ice as well as Violet. And Pony's able to clear it out quickly at the red line. And now forced wide by Erdahl. Johnson gets it up ahead. Brody Johnson covering the net. Hits the side of the net. No need to worry there. Kuiper tries to send it up along the bench of the Sabres. And the Pony's able to get it deep and push it back behind the goal line. Again, we're at a weird angle because the Breezy Point does not want anyone up in their media perch for some reason. They're saying it is high voltage. There's 115 volt amp, and they have a padlock on it. Here we go. Kuiper picks it up, hits the red line, gets out. He's got Johnson and Erdahl ahead. Kuiper marches in, loses the puck as he steps on the other side of the blue line. Ponies turn it back the other way. Slowed up by Violet. Violet gets a stick on it, and the Ponies reach it at red line and now start going back in. They send it well wide of the net, and Violet will be the first to reach the puck for any team. He sends it up to Chesbo. Chesbo tried to chip it ahead, not able to get it up and out. Ponies hold it at the blue line. Just dump it deep in the near corner. There's Lenke, fresh in on the play. Keeps the puck from getting anywhere in front of the net. Ponies cycle it around. Culver, fresh on the ice, picks it up. He's trying to squirt it ahead. Chesbo playing ahead of the play, hoping to pick it up. And that is Culver. Culver springs the puck and well offsides. That should be intentional offsides, but the refs are saying it should go to center ice. Very much intentional offsides, but they're not going to give it to the Sabres there. We have Culver at the dot with Esch and Chesbo left and right of him. Sent in, but not deep enough. Sabres crisscross at the blue line and get it in. Chesbo throws it up and over the goaltender into the near corner here. Esch is attacking the puck. Culver offering support as well as Bravo right here at the blue line. Ponies come out with it. They race the other way. Lewis with great positioning quickly spins it and turns it the other way. He steps up into the play. He's got Culver to support on his right. Lewis on his backhand. Spins, turns, dumps it back below the goal line. Culver picks it up. Culver's got Ponies all over him. He tries to center, sends it right out in front of the goal. Bravo shoots one, hits off a skate for the Ponies. And now picked up by Esch. Esch tries to dump it deep and hit the stick of a Pony. Bravo back on the play, able to control the puck and keep it at neutral ice. Again, Culver looking fantastic here in his new role at center with the depleted bench. And stepping around, that's Chesbo. Chesbo all alone. Chesbo, shot, just goes wide. 6 minutes and counting here in the first period. Lewis holds the zone. Ponies try to get it out. Stepping into the play is the Sabres. And now we have a 3-on-0 forming for the Ponies. And that looks like Esch was able to force it into the far corner and make a strong defensive play to keep it out from the spot. Loose out front. Johnson makes a great save, and Bravo cleans that trash up, sends it down the length of the ice, slow. So no icing, 5:28 and counting. Ponies try to get it out of their zone, unable to as Erdahl is there. Now they poke it up and out. Violet gets spun around, and the Ponies off to the races. Ponies meet the maker of Brody Johnson, who sticks his birthday glove out and makes a quality save. Let's throw that graphic up right there. Brody Johnson in net. Huge glove save on his birthday, 5-13. Sabres still lead 1-0. All right, that's Flom bouncing it up ahead and now trickled up ahead. That is a racing, very fast Johnson. Puck stopped on the wrong side of the blue line, and we have an offsides at 5:01 in the first period. All right, Culver Lenke and Kuiper up front. Bravo gets pressured right away, and Ponies keep it down deep. Ponies center it, try to throw it out there, and that is Lewis slowing up the effort by the Ponies. Ponies regain control, try to throw it in, sent well wide of the net. Over to Kuiper along the far boards. Kuiper gets it up. Oh, somehow the Ponies redirect it right at the blue line. Keep it in the zone and on sides. Bravo behind the goal line has one big red pony in front of him. Shot blocked out front. And that is Kuiper finding Culver, and Ponies steal it away. Picked up at the blue line is Kuiper and walked in offsides. 4:12 remain first period. Sabres holding on to a 1-0 lead over those Stillwater Ponies. All right, Violet tried to spring it over to the side. Violet gets his body in the way, slows up the puck, flips it over to the other side. Oliver Johnson tried to get it up. Esch reverses it the other way. Here it is again now. Violet up to Johnson. Johnson tips it up and in, and that is Chesbo going to work deep in the zone. Violet holds the line at the blue line, set towards the net but wide. Chesbo first to reach the puck, keeps it deep, and we have a lot of red and white sweaters back there. Out to the point. That was Erdahl sending it in towards the net. Chesbo backhands it towards Erdahl. Erdahl backhands it back towards Chesbo. Ponies all over the puck, and now Erdahl's got some space. He quickly just backhands it back towards Chesbo again. Lots of backhanded passing back and forth. Good work, but let's keep that to practice and not game time. Stolen away by Oliver Johnson. He spins, sends it towards the net, just slightly wide. Stick save by the Ponies goaltender. And up and out. Erdahl back already. He's spinning, and he's able to hit the blue line and keep it on sides as Oliver Johnson got back to take up. Played along the Ponies bench, picked out from the wall. That is Johnson in with the help of Esch. Esch able to send it back into the near corner and teed up. Oh, Oliver Johnson wanted to send one in. There was Esch sending it towards the net, just slightly missing the target. Erdahl dumps it back down deep. Chesbo centering, tried to connect with Johnson. Erdahl stepping into the play, not quite connecting. He reverses, sends it to the near boards. No one is home over there, so the first one to the races. And Ponies send it the length of the ice, icing upcoming. Wow, that was with some aggression. That was iced as hard as you can. 2:13, and we'll have an offensive faceoff coming for your Sabres. See if we can zoom in a little bit here. 2:13 left. 1-0 Sabres lead the Ponies here in the last game of the night for the Breezy Point Ice Fest tournament. Sent towards the net, but cleaned up by the Ponies defense. Up and stripped by Lewis. Lewis says that puck is mine. And the Ponies say no way and go right back the other way. Shot in on net. Johnson makes a quality save and covers up with a pile up right in front of the crease. 147. Johnson with a quality save. With everyone falling on top of him. That's Culver at the dot. Kind of slaps it forward, hoping to gain control after that. Way over Johnson's head. He reached his arm as far as Go-Go Gadgets could go, and it was still over his head. Ponies keep it deep in that near corner. We got Bielke as well as Bravo battling. There is stolen away by Culver. Culver caps it off the Ponies stick. Culver plays it up off the Ponies stick. That should be deflected, but the refs are calling it an icing. They're saying Ponies didn't touch it. 1:21 left in the first period. You're watching Shakopee Hockey streaming on YouTube. Supporting your PBC, Shakopee Sabres. Looks like we got Johnson up there at the faceoff dot. Taking the faceoff, controls it nicely, wins it right back. to was that Violet? Ponies walk in. Whoa! Big save by Johnson. And they had a backdoor opportunity, but the puck bounced up and over the Pony stick. Now up and out and deflected. They're calling icing. So once again, refs calling icing as the puck did not touch the Pony stick. 57.6 seconds remain in this opening frame of game number 2 for your Shakopee Sabres.
Hey, let's go, baby!
All right, face off back down deep. We got multiple white sweaters here, friendlies. Lenkeek tried to force it ahead, hit the stick of a Pony, red sweater, and got up, but not out. And once again, they are able to reverse it. Oh, quick whistle. Johnson had covered it, or had held on to it, popped out of his little perch, his little nest that he created there in the crease. And we got a favorable whistle by the refs on the far side who could no longer see the puck. 38.5 seconds remain, opening period of this game number 2. All right, spun to the outside. Esch plays it up and finds open ice. It's got a good angle, so there's going to be no icing. And that's Erdahl racing to the puck. He wins that battle. Erdahl's got Esch and Culver there. Oh, Erdahl throws one in on net. Esch spins, turns, blocked by the Ponies, and now stepping into the play, that is Chesbo. Chesbo throws one just wide of the net, wraps around to the near boards. Culver, Esch, and Violet all able to hold the zone. 4-point-something seconds left, and that's how we'll do it after period number 1. There's the buzzer. After 1, Sabres lead the Ponies 1-0. We will be back for second period action after this. Thanks for watching.
One Hot and Ready Classic. We actually changed it with...
What? You've changed, Little Caesars. You've changed! They've changed, Balloon Bro. You've changed, Karate Man. How can you dance during a time like this? You've changed. Ah! Tell me why.
It tastes even better because we added 33% more pepperoni.
Give me one of those.
Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza, pizza. That sounds good. All right, we're about to get underway for second period action. 12 minutes on the clock. Puck is dropped. Sabres going from right to left on your radio dial. Picked up by, I don't know who, and that's Lewis now. Lewis picks it up, sends it up ahead. He hits Chesbo. Chesbo dumps it down deep into the offensive zone. Sabres go to work. We got Esch and Culver out there into the skates of the Ponies, and they're able to clear the zone. Bravo picks the puck up. Sabres hit the line and are good and dump it down deep. Now they go to work trying to get goal number 2 on the scoreboard. Chesbo pressures the Ponies. Bravo picks it up. He sends one towards the net just a little bit wide and hits outside. Lewis able to hold his own. He dumps it back down deep. Chesbo behind the goal line is looking for the puck. He squirts it around, hits the stick of a Pony, and up and out. And thankfully, Lewis reads that like a short story and is able to control that puck. Now in offsides, 10:59, we have a whistle stoppage of play. All right, once again, similar colors out there. Sabres are wearing red and white exclusively. The Ponies are wearing mostly red and white and black accents. So you're looking for the white jerseys out there. Flom steps in, gets the skates in the lane. Now the Sabres get it down deep, and they go to work behind the goal line for the Ponies. They are quickly able to get it up off the boards and out. They hit the red line. They're waiting. Left and right wingers are waiting at the line. Shot in on net. Brody Johnson, quality save. Sends it over towards Lewis. Lewis sends it down. Missed a clearing or a holding attempt by the Ponies, and so it goes the full length of the ice. Now picked up. That's Erdahl playing right along the boards. Not able to hold the zone, and so Violet right on the near boards is able to send it back down deep after the Sabres tag up. Wrapped around to the far boards. That is Oliver Johnson now picking it up. Spin and turn. That was by Kuiper. And Kuiper aided by Violet. And now the Ponies ship it up ahead. Erdahl with a step ahead at 9:54. Able to gather the puck up. Bounces it off the boards. Johnson picks it up. Sends it up ahead, not too deep into the zone, and so Ponies quickly retreat the other way. Violet tried to chip it up ahead. Erdahl forced to come back hard, and Johnson with the save, 9:36. Big save by the birthday boy, Brody Johnson, 9:36, keeping the Sabres up 1-0. It's his birthday. All right, that's Culver at the dot. Sends it over towards Lenke. Ponies kind of control. They're walking in. They bring it in. Johnson smartly covers and regains control of the game. We'll have another face-off in the offensive zone. All right, Culver's coming off the ice. I'm not sure. We're waiting on another forward. So Culver's getting replaced by Oliver Johnson, coming out to take the face-off at this 9:27 mark in the second period. All right, picked up by Oliver Johnson. He has Kuiper to his left, just sent ahead. Kuiper racing to catch up to it, but a whistle catches it before he can catch up. So what could have been a nice breakaway was sent just out of the reach of Kuiper. And 9:13, we're back down deep in the defensive zone. Johnson sends it over to the far boards. And in there is a clearing by Bravo. It's a fluttering thing, but it's going the distance. And we'll have an icing and whistle at 9:01. Nope, 9 minutes left. Thank you. All right, Culver back out there. We have a penalty being called, and Ponies going for a trip at 8:54. Sabres going on the power play. Why is Culver skating there? They blew the whistle when the Ponies had possession, so I'm not sure why Culver's going to the box. That's unusual. Did I see something you didn't see? No. The Ponies had possession. They blew the whistle, but I guess it is the Sabre penalty kill. That doesn't make sense the way they blew the whistle. So as the first game went, will the second. The Sabres a man down. Hopefully we can control the puck here. That's Erdahl racing. Gets it up and out of the zone. Erdahl with a great effort. Offsides, blown dead. 1:36 left in the second period. 1:12 left in the penalty kill for the Sabres. We're going to do a center ice face-off, as that's where the puck was touched. And so we have Johnson, Flom, Erdahl, and Violet, your four penalty killers. Johnson tries to win it ahead. He does, and Ponies send it down deep. They're waving off icing, and that was on the wrong side of the red line. That should not have been waved off, but oh, we'll deal with it. And Sabres look to get it up and out. And here Johnson springs himself. He's off to the races. Johnson tries to settle it down, shoots one in, and the goaltender made a miraculous save for the Ponies. And the Sabres have to hurry back the other way. Johnson sprung himself. And that was a great defensive play by Violet, able to strip that away from the streaking Ponies. 32 seconds left in the penalty kill. And here is Bravo picking the play up. He's marching in alone. Bravo gets hooked! Hook! And no call on the hooking on Bravo. Flom holds it into the zone. And sent out to some open ice. Lewis just trips it up ahead. Here is Bravo backhanding it towards Johnson. Johnson skates back deeper, but finds some room to march the puck out. 3 seconds left on the penalty kill, and the Sabres able to clear off the penalty. And Johnson could feed ahead if we can get a player out. And now Flom picks the puck up. Flom on his backhand just dumps it deep. He's got Bielke right there to offer support and played up along the near boards. That's Bravo's chipping it up. Bouncing puck, trying to settle it down by Johnson. Picked up by the Ponies now behind their goal line. And this Pony is off to the races. Bravo slows up the entry by the Ponies. Lewis picks it up. He gets it up out of the zone. And Johnson, if he can catch up to the puck, has an opportunity the other way. Puck died, and centering attempt over to Bielke, just can't connect. Flom steps into the play, held out, and just kept at the goal line. That was Bravo, once again Bravo, holding the zone. Sabres changing as they're in the offensive zone. And now sent back in. Kuiper picks it up, tries to march through a Pony and can't. Lewis sends one in, offsides. 6:18 left, second period. And we'll have a neutral zone face-off for your Sabres. And they're saying it's center ice again. That should be that far dot right in front of the Sabres bench. But we'll go with it. All right. Culver at the faceoff dot. He's got Kuiper to his left and Lenkeek to his right. Lenkeek throws it in to the defensive or offensive zone. Not deep enough, but now Kuiper able to send it in into the skates of a Pony, and they're able to slow it up before it hits their goaltender. Marching up out of the zone, they find a connection over to the far side. Drop pass to a late entrance by the Ponies. Once more, another drop pass almost to the blue line. They cycle it back around. Shot in on net. Great save by Lincoln Anderson, who I didn't even see got fresh out on the ice. So Brody Johnson was able to be perfect through his time in net. Lincoln Anderson takes the helm at the crease. And now here is Erdahl. Erdahl picks it up. Erdahl tries to get around. He gets around one. He skates around the other. He breaks himself free. Erdahl in. Erdahl shot. Big save by the Pony goaltender and a slap away by their defense to keep it out of the back. And there is a penalty as we have an interference call on the Ponies at 5:14. So your Sabres going on the power play midway through the second period. 5:14, the time of that penalty. Interference to call on the Stillwater Ponies. Oliver Johnson at the faceoff dot. He's got Esch to his right and Chesbo to his left. Lewis able to try to slap it up a little bit. Now stolen away by the Ponies, and the Ponies are off to the races short-handed. We have Bravo and Chesbo chasing. Forced to the outside by Bravo. He skates right around. Loose right out front. Anderson down and makes a save. Now squirts in, and Anderson forced to cover on the side of the net. 1:08 remain in the power play. 4:52 left in the second period. Danger zone for the Sabres, but they're lived to see another day. All right, Oliver Johnson wins it cleanly back towards Chesbo in the near corner. All right, now picked up Oh, Chesbo stripped of the puck right along the near boards. Now picked up once again. He regains control. He tries to spring Johnson. Sent well ahead and icing upcoming at 4:31 of the second period. So back down deep in the defensive zone on the power play for the Sabres. Score 1-0. Sabres lead the Ponies. Ponies able to keep the zone. A man down and now picked up by Erdahl. Erdahl puts the Jets on. Oh, puck gets deflected off his stick. Bielke able to spin and send it down deep, but controlled by the Ponies. Out, Ponies still control it. They flip it up and out of the zone. Erdahl back, sends it wide. Goes Erdahl to Violet. Violet sends it up towards Bielke. Bielke centers to Flom. Flom marches in, shoots one right on net. Just can't catch up to the puck. Snows the goaltender a little bit, and he holds on for dear life to keep the game at 1-0. 3:57 left in the middle frame with 13 seconds left on the Sabre power play. Johnson at the dot for the Sabres. And now there's a puck drop by the goaltenders. Johnson controls, spins, turns it into the far corner, dumps it deep. Ponies first to reach it. They try to find some open ice. Held by Lewis. Lewis shot low. Oh, misses barely. And now right out to Lewis again. Lewis once again shot. Oh, stopped by Kuiper. I think he's trying to deflect it in. Instead, put the brakes on the puck. And now it's in the near corner. Walked in by Johnson. Johnson throws one in on net. Loose out front and a whistle and stoppage of play. 3:25. Sabres back at, the Ponies back at full strength. So let's take that off the scoreboard. There we go. And we will have a face-off deep in the offensive zone for your Sabres. Culver at the dot. Ash and Chesbo flanking him right and left. Culver gets tied up, tangoing with the Pony. Lewis tried to do a one-timer, couldn't settle the puck down. That's Esch over along the far boards. Bravo stepping up. Bravo able to get in the zone and able to hold the zone at least for a moment. And Pony's looking for an exit. Ponies find the exit. Chesbo waits and dumps it after the Sabres able to tag up. 2:59 and counting in the second period. Esch pressures. Ponies chip it up, and they're able to get it up and out of the zone and marching the other way. Well, offsides! Offsides! It's on camera. You guys are bad. Holy cripe-a-moly. Loose out front. And now Esch picks that up. The worst call of the game. The offsides that were seen by the blind man. Holy cow. 2:31. And finally a whistle. I can't see.
Offsides is the worst call, but the drifting down there.
I didn't even miss that. I was so deflected by the offsides. Ugh. All right, Johnson at the dot. Wow, to the left, and that's Bielke to the right. Now picked up by the Ponies. Ponies march in. Ponies skip around. Erdahl sent towards the net wide. Bielke chasing after that offensive player. Now pushed to the outside along the near boards. Ponies send one in, and a glove save by Anderson. 2:10 and a whistle and stoppage of play. All right, same five out there for the Sabres. Johnson lost it over to the far corner where the Ponies put it. That is Violet keeping it deep, trying to control the puck. Ponies behind the net. Now that looks like Johnson finds it. He's got a little room. He chips it up and out. Bouncing puck lands on the stick of a Pony. They quickly turn it back. Flom battling, forcing him to stay to the outside. Now Flom picks it up, spins, turns, sends it up, but not out of the zone. And Ponies go towards the center. Picked up and now out of the zone and chipped up by Bielke. That's slow. 132 and icing shoot. Oh, not dirty enough ice. Puck comes all the way down 200 feet. 1:29 left in the period, and we'll have a deep defensive face-off for your Sabres. Sabres collapse down on. Big block shot by Culver. Culver sends it, or Ponies quickly turn it. They're good on side. Culver picks it up right in front of us. Culver now marching along the near boards. He's got Kuiper trailing him. Culver slows it up, puts the brakes on, tries to center, sends it right through the paint. Lenkeek just couldn't connect. Lenkeek battling on the foul. He spins and sends one back down deep. Ponies forced to retreat. 1 minute left in the second period, and the Sabres able to keep it deep. Race to the inside. Ponies able to cycle that up and out. Lewis tried to get up. Checking! Olsen for the Ponies just hammered Bravo into the boards, and nothing. No call whatsoever. Their arm doesn't go in the air. 35 seconds remaining. All right, back the other way. Lewis battling with three Ponies. They march out with it. Ponies have possession of the puck. Send one. Lewis out front, and Anderson down. 20 seconds left. Bravo plays it slowly. It's in the far corner. They cycle it out to their defense. Shot in wide by the Ponies. Just 11 seconds left. And trip and fall. No call. There's Lewis. Lewis just sends it down the length of the ice. And we have a whistle with 1.2 seconds. Just let it end, everybody. 1.2, and the Ponies will have an offensive face-off. We're here from Breezy Point, where the reffing is questionable and the drinks are cold. That's Oliver Johnson at the dot. Let's hope he can just tie it up for that 1 second. It goes out to Erdahl. Erdahl smartly throws it in the corner. I think actually hit Chesbo, who was waiting over there on his skate blade, and he fell down and broke his crown. 12 minutes left in this game. Sabres lead 1-0 going into the third period. We'll be back right after this.
Little Caesars changed the Hot and Ready Classic and added 33% more pepperoni, which makes it 133% better pizza than before. I don't know, math is hard. It's really good. Walk in and walk out with the new Hot and Ready Classic with 33% more pepperoni.
Pizza. All right, that's right. Little Caesars is open until 10 p.m. That's 56 minutes of pizza bliss available to you for carryout or delivery. Go ahead, download the app, order right now, and you could be eating fresh, hot, and ready pizza before the end of this game if you want. Sabres lead 1-0 over the Stillwater Ponies. 12 minutes on the clock. They're going to be going from left to right in the offensive. The Stillwater Pony goaltender, as little as he may, has been playing a fantastic game. And so 12 minutes will decide the winner of this game, with the Sabres holding on to a delicate but commanding 1-0 lead. All right, Oliver Johnson at the faceoff dot. Esch and Chesbo flank him left and right. Esch battles, gets it up, and he breaks himself free. He's got Johnson with him. Johnson picks up the puck along the near boards. Johnson sends it towards the net, just wide and behind. Chesbo plays that puck. Johnson back to pick the puck up. He dumps it out to the defense. Violet settles it down. Violet sends one in towards the net and picked up by the Ponies now. Held in the zone by Erdahl, but the Ponies able to get up and out and send it ahead. And that should be icing. No, they were on the wrong side of the red line, but no icing. All right, Ponies play it deep in the Sabre zone. Sent out to their point. Sent in well wide, blocked by Erdahl. Erdahl makes the save, and Anderson, as the puck gets to the right winger, down deep, makes a huge game-saving save. 11:08 remain in this period.
Once again, Little Caesars, Chaska delivering all the Chaska, Chanhassen, Carver, Victoria, and most all of Shakopee. Order right now and get some pizza. All right, Bravo picks that up. Bravo tried to chip it up along the far boards, but instead held in the zone by the ponies, and that is Culver chasing. We have multiple Sabres sweaters chasing. There's Lewis finding some open boards. He sends it up and out of danger zone, and the ponies miss connection, and they send it back down deep into their zone. Now they get it up and out. Picked up now by Bravo right here on the near boards. He covers. He walks around. Bravo steps up in, and Bielke able to get it down deep. He's battling. Sends it towards the net. Picks up by Flom. Flom backhand. Shot towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. Flom now tries to center. Now pushed away to the outside. Bielke along the near corner. Sends one in. Just, Culver tried to connect and redirect. Culver picks it up, keeps it down deep, pushed off the puck. He sends one right towards the net, and Flom battling right out there. Gets knocked down. That is an interference call if I've ever seen one in my life. And no arm whatsoever. All right, other way, Ponies march. Send one in on that. That hit. That's no. Fucking no. Bull. It can't clink and go in. The way it came out, it's on camera. You guys are horrible. It's on camera. No goal. They're calling these refs. We need to never ever come back to Breezy because this is horse shit. Sorry for the swearing. Johnson coming in now. Johnson breaks himself free. Shot goal for your Sabres. That is what a goal looks like. It goes in the back of the net. I have that one. That was not a goal. What? It hit the side post and came directly out. It never went in. You wouldn't hear the ding if it went in the back of the net. There's no metal in the back of the net. It's not possible. No, there's not. It hit the side pipe. It wouldn't be possible. It should be 2-0. Yeah. All right, played out. Chipped up, and Kuiper tried to jump over the blue line, but offsides is the whistle. 9:11 remains. Sabres quickly answer the Ponies' goal, and so 2-1 is the score here late in the third period. Sorry, I've had questions about refereeing this entire tournament, and I don't believe what I saw was a goal. Here's a goal. Culver now marching in. Sends one in on that just wide. Pony's goaltender had that net covered, and so the only option was to send it wide. Now they send it up and out. Bravo, back, slows up the entry, still just delaying the entry by the Ponies. And now the Ponies lay on it, get it up and cleared out. What a great defensive play by Mr. Nolan Bravo. Sent up ahead. Lewis uses the near boards, tries to slow up the entry, and now the Ponies send it back the other way. Ash has the support of Lewis. Lewis wraps it around deep in the zone. Head over by the Ponies. Bravo chips it up, hits a Pony goaltender, waved off, 8-12 and counting. It hit number 15 as it was coming out of the zone. Stripped of the puck by Johnson. Oh, loose out front. Oh, big save by Anderson, and not held onto. Thankfully cleared up and out of the zone so everyone can regroup. Ponies gather it up, and that's a hard charging Chesbo trying to get to the puck. Ponies switch the other way quickly. Bielke first to the puck. He gets on his forehand. Has multiple Ponies attack him, and now finally up and out. That's Chesbo trying to feed Johnson. Johnson loses the puck as it comes the other way. As you can hear from my voice, I'm screaming and cheering and doing everything I can to help the Sabres out. Wrapped around. Erdahl backhands it deep into the zone. 7:17 and counting in the third period. Picked up now. Flom tries to control it. Tipped off by the Ponies. Erdahl steps into the play. Holds his own. Flom chips it up and just wide of the net. And there's Bielke spinning, trying to send it towards the net. Ponies in the passing lane, so unable to get it up. And now the Ponies break themselves free. And Erdahl unable to get it, but thankfully well ahead the puck goes. And so that saves Lincoln Anderson from having to make a quality save. Flipped up and ahead. Flom playing the puck. Flom protecting the puck as he carries in. Loses his footing as the Ponies are hard on the puck. And that's Culver getting spun around and knocked down. Ponies with the puck up and carrying out of the zone. And now we have the Ponies in. Erdahl with a great back check. Pushes the puck to the near corner. Ponies deep in the Sabres zone though. Ken's out. That's Lenke. Tries to settle it down. Anderson down on his pads. Makes us, I think, the save. Goes behind the net. And that's Lenke once again picking it up. And now chipped ahead by Johnson. Johnson sends it ahead after he hits the red line. So there's no icing. Johnson first there. Johnson centers. Oh, to the wrong color sweater. 5:56 remaining as the Sabres change on the backside of that play. Fresh on the ice. That is Bravo once again. Bravo tries to settle the puck down. Lenke able to keep it in the zone, at least for now. And once again held by Bravo there in front of the Ponies bench. Sabres good at the line. They dump it back down deep, killing off precious seconds for the Ponies. They pick it up behind the goal line. Picked up by, Lewis I thought was going to get it. There's Bravo just pushing it to the outside. Johnson spins, sends it up towards Lewis. And in offsides at 5:21, we have a neutral ice. Again, that should be at this face-off dot right here, Mr. Refs, not at the center dot. We'll take the center dot because that favors us, but that's not where it should be. So, here we go, 5:21 left, 2-1 Sabre thin lead over the Ponies. Chesbo at the dot this time now, new look center. Chesbo backs it ahead, right on the stick of a Pony. Ponies slap it against the near boards. And they're able to get it back down deep. Let's get that on camera. They walk in, picked up by Erdahl now. Erdahl pulls it ahead. Erdahl pulls it off the boards. He gets slowed up, gets it up and out of the zone. Ponies can't control it, and Erdahl stays with the play. Erdahl marches in. Erdahl loses the puck in the Ponies' legs. And behind the goal line, Ponies pick that up. There's Erdahl, Ash, and somebody. Is that Chesbo back behind the goal line? Here it's strapped up and out. Violet slows that up. Violet hits the red line, dumps it back down deep smartly. 4:36 remaining in the game. There's Chesbo playing the puck. He spins, tries to feed anybody. There's no white sweater out front, unfortunately. Spin and turn. That was Ash that tried to get any sort of momentum back towards the net. Ponies play it along the boards. Icing waves off as it must have been tipped. And Ponies play it deep into the zone. There's Erdahl once again batting it along the boards. And into the belly of Anderson. I'm not sure if you saw that, but he had great position. And so stopped that puck from hitting the back of the net. Very good game. Sabres are missing one. Sabres need one more. There we go. Bench realizes that. Thankfully, the ref did too. Otherwise, he could have dropped the puck with the Sabres shorthanded. Johnson at the faceoff dot. Not controlled by anybody right now. Now sent up. And Kuiper gets it up and out of the zone. Ponies forced to spin, try to get it out. Lewis sends it up and down like the ice. Deflected off of number 10. So no icing. There is Flom behind the goal line. Slows up the puck. Reverses the other way. Sends it towards the net. Loose out. Loose. It's on the goaltender. And there's a whistle. Flom poking a little bit before the whistle is blown. 3:47 left in the game. Deep into the Ponies zone.
Seriously.
You poke until the whistle. It's a good play. Yeah. All right, deep in the zone.
I am one of the most
Flom able to reverse it, sends it right in on net to the surprise of the Pony goaltender. Proper positioning saved that goal for him. 3:31 left. Another faceoff deep into the Pony zone. Play to the whistle. Absolutely play to the whistle. Lenkeek tried to control it. Ponies found some open ice. Sends it just wide of Violet. He's racing back. He'll be the first to touch it. Violet has Erdahl to his left. Left, right, left. I'm holding my fingers up to figure that one out. And now still deep in the zone. There is a step up by Erdahl. Erdahl chips it up and out. And now picked up by Culver. Culver has himself a little lead. Culver sends one up and just wide of the net. Ponies look to answer and go the other way. They're taking their time. Erdahl with a great back, or that was Lenkeek, I'm sorry, with a great back check, able to not allow them to get a shot off. Now picked up and up along the near boards. Now chipped up and Erdahl tried to get it out. Erdahl gets it out of the zone. The Ponies able to get back to the line before the whistle. And now off the skate blade from the Ponies. There is Culver. Culver finds open ice, sends it up and out. 2:25 left. And now Bielke, all alone, has two Ponies surrounding him, galloping along. And Ponies come back the other way. We just have one saber back with the Ponies marching. Shot high over the head of Anderson. And that is Erdahl. Erdahl gets tangled up and multiple Ponies fall down too. I don't know what happened there along the near boards, but somebody fell down and hurt themselves maybe. I don't know. Violet gets his stick in there, deflects it well wide. We're at 150 and counting left in the game. And, almost a great clearing attempt. That was by Chesbo. Thought he found an opening at the blue line, but the Ponies were able to hold it. Now it comes squirting out. Ponies have to retreat to gather it up. Chesbo steals it away. Chesbo, can't break free. Sabres are changing on the fly, and we had way too many men. That was a missed call on the refs. Sabres should have had too many men called there. All right, that is Esch finding some open ice. He hits Chesbo. Chesbo walks in. Chesbo on his backhand. So deep, and now a cover with 1:09 left, deep in the Pony zone. That was too many men on us. We had six guys. There was a sixth guy that touched it. Well, it should have been bone dead before because we had six guys out there. I'm just saying, I call it both ways. All right, timeout by somebody. I wasn't close enough to see. My eyes don't work that well. All right, I think the Ponies are calling timeout. 1:09 left, down by one, late in the third period. My guess is they're trying to figure out what to do when they get it cleared out of the offensive zone on how to pull their goaltender Johnson, who's been outstanding in net so far, making sure he has clear communication of when he needs to clear that crease to get that extra attacker out there. This is a 4-game pool play tournament, so this is a crucial win for either team. And I'm out of breath and out of voice. Breezy Point, Minnesota. Cold, but there's no snow on the ground, so we're happy with that. 1:09 left. And the Sabres are sending out Johnson, Erdahl, Lewis, Chesbo, and Bravo. They're 5 on the ice with 1:09 left. Johnson wins it right over to Erdahl. Erdahl dumps it back down deep, taking out precious seconds. They try to wrap it along the near boards. Erdahl able to keep it back down deep. 1 minute remains in the period. Erdahl still holds the zone. He cycles it back down to Johnson. Johnson tries to center it out there. Chesbo, slapper, does not reach the net, and the Ponies come racing out, galloping out, shall you say. Hits Lewis. Lewis sends it back the other way, and now back. Icing should be the call at 39.2 seconds. Woo! We're about 4 furlongs away from the finish of this game. 39.2 seconds left. Sabres with a nose lead over the Ponies. Bouncing puck pushed deep by Johnson, picked up by the Ponies behind their net, and the Sabres just want to try to hold it down. That was Bravo trying to play with a high stick. There's Lewis picking it up. He races behind the goal line. Lewis sends it over to the far boards, picked up by Chesbo, sent ahead, and that's Lewis sending it again. And now chipped up ahead, and we have Johnson off to the races. Empty net, empty net, empty net. No, picked up by the Ponies. I have a button for that. There we go. Sent up ahead, and now Bravo slows up the entry. 4 seconds remain in the game, and your Sabres will live to see another day as they take down the Stillwater Ponies 2-1 in a battle of the ages. Woo! Thank you. Good game. Have a good tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we caught everything, but like I said, we were focused on that extra man, and we didn't see the takedown.
Yeah,
It's all.
exactly. We're all right. Here we go. Exactly. All right. Handshakes after the game, and your Sabres will go into tomorrow 1-1 to take on. We have Blaine and. Just this team. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great tournament. I appreciate it. I try. I say a lot of weird stuff.
I want to get your foot off it. And he's like,
Yeah.
what are you, ESPN?
No. Sometimes your brain just starts going in overdrive.
No, he's like, I just imagine what people would be saying behind me.
Yeah.
He's like,
Sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, your Sabres live to see another day. They take down the Stillwater Ponies 2-1 in the last game of the tournament for the day. Your Sabres will be in action again tomorrow, 10:30 a.m., taking on Wyzetta Gray. Not any other color, just Wyzetta Gray at 10:30 tomorrow morning here on YouTube. So follow Shakopee Hockey streaming on YouTube to watch that game tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. We'll see game number 3 from Breezy Point. I would say international, but the Breezy Point Ice Arena. I don't know what it's actually called. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.